We have a gun when we into. We have a gun when we sing to. Bust head like pimples. Love sing face like dimples. Running that. Running the Texas. Get the fire, man. Love report by the parts. Quality for me, running the lab. I'm a romantic gun girl. We love to go to your ocean. We are the brown and the black one. Never seen no one thing to a gun yet. Whenever no one girl could ever make a bet. Now when the name chopper, she no walk with machete. Have a nice girl, but if you report a chest. Gun when we into. We have a gun when we sing to. Bust head like pimples. Nothing face like dimples. Running that. Running no sector. Love report by the park.
Welcome to True Jamaica Buzz, news and entertainment with a buzz. The video that you saw at the start of this is pretty much Thugisha, Sketelina and Lesbo talking about their favorite person of all, the criminal elements, the person that supports them. They facilitate the FUCKRY because it pays their bills. It makes them go to the club and pop champagne, driving all sorts of foreign whips, all sorts of Mark X. This is the easy life. Get up every day. Don't do any sorts of 9 to 5, nothing constructive, have nothing positive to say. Typical mindset of the new wave of Jamaicans is either the chopping, the robbing, any sorts of criminal activity is endorsed by these women. So like the saying goes, show me your company and I'll show you who you are. The same way them facilitate the FUCKRY, they are the beneficiaries of crime. The same way that them want bad man in them hole. It's the same way when police hold them or the ops hold them and fill them up with a couple of holes that are detrimental to their health. We should not feel sorry for them because they knew the game. They knew that if you are caught slipping, whether by the popo or slipping worse by the ops, they were going to send you 6 feet 6. So therefore, we should not throw any sorts of sympathy party when we see them car get sprayed up, when we see them head a BLEED out and them lay down on the street, stiff, stone, cold. This is what they signed up for, whether they like it or not. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, I did a couple of videos based on a couple of incidents in which 3 persons were taken out by the Popo, conflicting report by the Popo, based on their first initial statement. After they got charged, them change up them statement. The people that were not gang members are now gang members, seen threatening people, seen with all sorts of tools. I am not here to contest what the Popo said because there's always 3 sides to the story. I spoke about a video yesterday about a man known as Little Leather Popo that is tormenting, terrorizing people in a Greenwich farm. I saw some people in my comment section and say, you're always bashing the Popo. No, what I do is talk truth. What I do as a youth, growing up with balls, have some sorts of backbone, some sorts of spine, some sorts of intestinal fortitude. I call a spade, and who don't like it, that is their problem. So I thought that these Popo JCF was a stellar organization that is not involved in any sorts of criminal activity, any sorts of corruption. But to my surprise, an actual Popo, which I am not, came out and he is speaking about corruption in where he works. Take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
Constable Dwight Campbell, who works at the Kingston Central Police Station, says he is left with no choice but to tell his story about what he describes as victimization in the workplace. He believes he has been targeted because he spoke out about a fellow police constable who was working contrary to the law. He alleges that the constable was seizing motor vehicles without good reason.
His favorite offense is that the plates are obscured. And I'm saying if I can see it clearly, it cannot be that it's obscured. So you need to find another offense, but that one is not made out.
Constable Campbell says the policeman threatened to hurt him in the presence of an inspector.
His exact words were, "Me I go bust you up and go up a CIB, go sit down. This man is carrying a firearm. I am not."
He's a constable, you say, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He advanced towards me and had to be held by another police officer so that I wouldn't have been harmed. This is what I reported.
He says for the past 6 years, he has been facing victimization in the JCF because of another incident, but says it has escalated since he spoke out about the policeman's inappropriate action against a motorist.
I did nothing wrong. It was seen as an opportunity to create some animosity. I did what the law requires of me when treating with a threat, and then I went to court. It ended in my favor, and I was the one who is transferred to sit in a practical pigsty to work since the earlier part of this year.
Now, Constable Campbell says he was posted to work at a gate outside the main building under unsanitary conditions.
I was pulled into a meeting and told I must work at this section, which is unhealthy. As you can see, there's no electricity, there's sewage water running in front of it, it leaks when it rains, there's no furniture in here, the gate doesn't work, and I'm told I must do this duty of handling the public, to include checking for firearms and stuff like that. And I am supposed to be unarmed while I'm doing all of this.
Head of the Kingston Central Police Division, where Constable Campbell is stationed, could not be reached for comment.
So people, that is what the police officer had to say. That is not the word of the most hated blogger, because I thought the truth, call a spade a spade. The officer, he said, was seizing people's car. And we know that whenever you give these popo an opportunity to work without any sorts of regulation, they are going to take it to the furthest extent. Everybody knows them seize the car, and them and the recommend share the proceeds of the crime. So therefore, it is a hustle. He spoke up against that. He spoke up against the wrong, and his life was threatened by said officer. What makes it even worse, this has been going on for 6 years. I guess he spoke about something before that, and then him come back and talk. And they're letting him know that, listen, when you come on the job, when you sit on the job, you leave, you don't say a thing, you go with the order, you go with the corruption. If you go against the corruption, the victim is going to be victimized, and the aggressor or the corrupted officer is going to be defended by the other corrupted officers. There's repercussion against talking. There's repercussions against fighting against the wrong and corruption. So therefore, they are going to pressure you. And you know, when it comes to the popo, they like to be vindictive. They carry feelings, they carry belly. And this is again a next case of them doing such things. Clear as day, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, yesterday I did the video before this one, and I spoke about a very corrupted popo officer from the Hunts Bay police station known as Littlehead in the street. He works in a Greenwich farm and adjoining area. I let you hear a couple of voice notes specifically of a lady, in which this lady was explaining the type of corruption that this man mostly, and probably one of his co-workers, his squaddy, are involved in: extortion, bodying up people, I look for the little petty type of behavior. I realize in my comment section a whole lot of persons, including one little fishy character that obviously what some sorts of ex-popo or soldier, and he's on some sorts of stalking mission. So is Gaylord so himself. He said, I am always facilitating the popo. No, the truth is that I have balls, I have objectivity, I can call a spade a spade. I am not on that YouTube agenda to tell the people what they want to hear. I tell them the truth. If the truth offends them, so be it. That is their problem. So I'm going to let you hear an person explaining how this man is, the type of things that he is accused of doing in the Greenwich Farm area. And then I am going to give my piece. Take a listen, take a look.
Brother, afternoon, brother. Is singer. Is it? Me listen. That vlog the way you do. But look, lad. It's the way people ma tell you. I no lie. That man they are pests to plenty people, bro. The man they take set pan everybody and anybody. I saw come one night, in Gara, but people them they around the alright everything, He ma come nor ma search through the place. He must sue a youth and the youth go run off. You see me? I'm a run down the youth. I'm no know if it's a next man around there or somebody, but him get a shot around there. Yeah, man, then he shot him around there. When I out back there. You see me? Because I owe him a behave, brother. Cause you run the dark and them know the place. Him don't know the place, but him just a run up and down in a people place. Yeah, man. The man come all a kid lane, normal lane. 2 mile, them man, they come take set pan. So the woman I tell about a Greenwich Farm and I lie them I tell bro. And it's that. And as you can see, you see if the bank camera they never catch the police, they do that out there. Either yes, a wicked shootout and this and that and that. Is that them I do from a longer time. Them no plan to stop. You see me? And that brother name look ahead, a pestilent to people. I'm walk and look everybody for you. You see me? A pervert that man. A pervert. And countless of them in our force a pervert. You see me? And for easy himself, man. Cause when you see you, them a pass and nod, brother, you grab up the youth, them a jake up youth, them a search youth, them if the youth, them a ask, what is for your box youth, them a put youth, them in a van back, boy, I go check out youth. I saw indeed with the look of youth that some more time when I see a youth, no like police and them thing that are them reason they make them youth, they no like police. Because a man good could a guy American come in, say I go buy a Swiffer, say I go drink something. And you see them a road and box them for. Him for easy himself, man. And I show them sign him to down a farm now. That's why you see my text set down a farm car. 2 mile up a 2 mile there, up but to Union, Delacree. They see me, scheme everywhere. The man they go, him left him name, Dirty. I'm not afraid the people them afraid them. The people them just don't want to really take things with them own and do him. And they go, yes, right. But him forgot easy, man. My problem, bro, is just the cocks and zimmies. A police like them that the government, if you take off a line, brother, once, leave me because it's still, then police to get all money for hurt all other people, you see me? And what do you me all right guy work, see some police too, and them continue to do it and a long time from back when them do it. If you then take up a man from Self-Ford, them take up a man from Ota. Back to out there, so you see me. Them a can go up on the enemy side, go let him off, make him walk, go back where him a come from. So if him for dead over there, so him dead over there, so. You see me? That's all me see them they take up people from enemy zone, can go put a different enemy zone. So if him for dead there, so him alright there, so. Sure, because people need to know, man, enough of them police and need to come off of the road, man. You see me? And then think that the government them need to look into people who are coming, cause enough police go in their force and links put them in the force. Enough of them don't go for serve them, go for take revenge on people. You see me? And if you really check the status, say, nah, see, no uptown youth, in a police force, now soldier force, a big ghetto youth and which part them a come take step and to get to people them same way. You see me? So I me can't understand, bro. Government need to straighten up the thing.
So people, this is my disclaimer. Whenever I put out any sorts of video, I do not just get one story. I have tens of people complaining about the same officer for months, maybe over a year or so. Then I decide to myself, say, we need to put a stoppage to this because this man is obviously getting carried away. And based on what we see going on in Jamaica, people, meaning innocent people, hardworking people, most of the people that complain or leave any sorts of voice note, they are not criminal elements. They are hard-working people, just get caught in a situation. A lot of the videos that I get are probably people that are involved in all sorts of ish. I did not create the problem that these people are causing on the streets. I am just exposing based on what persons are sending out an all points bulletin so the relevant authority to whom it may concern can hear what is going on about these officers. Make sure that they put a stoppage to that before innocent people lose them life because of these corrupted officers or even good popo officers that are on the line of duty do not lose their life in retaliation. You heard what the man said. It is not because they are afraid to do him anything. The popo, meaning little head, is just that they don't want to cause any sorts of problem. However, there's a thing that is called the straw that broke the camel's back. Don't let it happen. Don't let it go to the furthest extent. And if you were paying attention in the video that is up, you could see me posting the comments of other persons saying, yes, true, that is his habit. He is very corrupted. He is very evil. You hear the man say, him take some people from one enemy line and put them over the opposition line. So what you think he is doing? He is setting up people to lose their life because they know without a shadow of a doubt that these people live like puss and dog. It is always going to be DEATH on site. So therefore, if he's willing to set up people's life, he is also willing to take away people's life. And persons are out there that are willing to take away his life or willing to take away his co-worker's life in retaliation for the ish that he's been doing. Them just have pause. And this is my disclaimer again. I am not promoting anybody hurting any sorts of popo because we know so we have some little nitpickers that listen to some sorts of bossless bloggers that are mostly ex-popo or soldier and then believe everything because they are brainwashed or even worse, brain dead, and they just hate me for because they're on a hate group. So I am not here to paint any sorts of pretty picture and lie to the people them like most bloggers do. Make it seem as if the JCF is a stellar organization. No, they are as corrupt can get. And unless you're blind, you would see exactly what is going on. So therefore, I am not here to convert any people that are non-believers to be believers. I am just stating the cold, hard facts. If you want to accept it, then you accept it. If you don't, that is your problemo. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.